Hey, welcome back to day 37 of the live stream with Persona 5 Strikers. So last time we just arrived at Osaka, the new town. Map-wise, I thought it was pretty big, but it's looking like it's okay, like fairly medium-sized map. And first thing we're gonna, start looking at here before we even get back into the storyline. Right, so we had completed this request. I thought I had it marked as complete. I didn't. Took care of that now. We got Hacker Gear MK4, which looks to be one of Futaba's, armor pieces. So very nice. Plus 50 HP and 204 defense. So a pretty good upgrade. Let's see. I know that Zenkichi had sent us a message. So it's probably a good idea to pay him a visit. Because we don't really know how long we are gonna be in Osaka. And so a lot of these requests end up being missable, right? So you want to take care of these as soon as you can. We need to actually find Zenkichi. It looks like he's not on this map. And interesting. He doesn't look like he's here either. I know he had dropped us a message. Asking us to find him somewhere. So maybe he doesn't show up as on the map, but he is waiting somewhere. Futaba and Ryuji. We don't see Zenkichi anywhere.
Wait, please hold on.
Quick travel cannot be used at this time. Okay. So maybe it'd be worth it to just, go to this checkpoint.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, so it looks like it's another map. So he could be somewhere on this one.
Hey.
What did you say? Why?
But then...
I see. Okay, let's do this.
Let's go.
Yeah, he looks like he's right there just north of this map. So hopefully we can get to that before we get to the next part of the story. There's the Velvet Room in Lavenza. Okay, so she certainly has another matter to discuss, probably another upgrade with personas.
It appears your journey is finally entering its closing act. As for this man named Konoe's ambition, all of the pieces have been gathered in one place. His heart must be truly warped for him to sacrifice the wills of others without hesitation. At this rate, even your futures may fall into his hands. There is no cause for concern. Just make sure you are fully prepared. There is one more thing I must mention. I can only hope it will be of use to you. In all of the various jails across the country, I can sense the energies of powerful shadows. With no masters to serve, they have been left to wander the metaverse. Defeating them may allow you to carry them within your heart. Know that facing them is not necessary, though they will surely prove a great source of strength.
Right, so she is clearly referring to those, high energy ones that have this, electromagnetic whatever pulse giving off of them. So I guess those are an added plus item in this game, and if you do happen to get to it and even defeat them, they obviously give powerful rewards. I myself may think about pursuing that before we get to end game, but for now we'll see. So these enemies are immensely powerful, but completing their requests will allow you to obtain them as personas through fusion.
The power of the wild card you carry may very well be this world's trump card. I suggest you make full use of your personas as you steel yourselves for the battle ahead.
So it sounds like clearly they're kind of a requirement if you're aiming to finish the Persona Compendium. So another request looks like.
Here's what I found. You're accepting this request?
Defeat the Fratricidal Destroyer. There's something else, but it looks like it. The reward is the persona that you actually defeat. So that's what Lavenza was referring to moments ago. Now, now that we've found Zenkichi, let's see if we can get to his
How's it going?
what could be a request.
Speaking of which, let me think.
Really? Hey, all right.
Okay, so it looks like this request has us asking Futaba and Haru both to help learn how to cook, which then we can pass it on to
Accepting this request?
Zenkichi. Now it's asking us to go to Haru and Futaba.
You're doing this one?
Let's go ahead and accept this request. And first we're supposed to go to Haru, right? And she does not look like she's on this map. She's all the way over here in Dotonbori. Right over here.
Thank you. Yes.
Obanzai style cuisine.
All right.
So there's another request that has been spawned up as a result. Obanzai Ingredients. Okay, so we need to deliver 3 ingredients, it looks like.
You're already working on this one.
And it seems we already have 2 of them. A Kamo-Nasu Eggplant and beef. So we need to deliver tofu. Something that we don't have yet in our inventory. So that tells me, first of all, I mean, one place to start would probably be some of the grocery stores here in town. Or a Japanese restaurant. Well, we didn't find what we needed, but at least we can get this new recipe. Mona's obviously ready for us to cook it. Okay, so we need to continue. Let's see, I mean, a lot of times for these requests, the ingredients that they ask for are typically sold at one of the local nearby shops. So this is a ramen shop. Let's see what they have.
How may I help you?
It looks like all they have here are nothing but some HP recovery items and
Take it.
some of the stuff that we already have. Let's see what else is out there. Sushi restaurant. Nothing there either. Let's move on. Hamburg restaurant. And this, you know, what looks to be more HP recovery items. Obviously, I like to purchase as many as I can. Let's see. There's actually a bunch of stores here in this town that you can visit. And here's another recipe that you can buy.
What a coincidence. What in heaven? That's what you're looking at. So come again.
All right, what else? What's on this side? I'm not sure I already went here or not. I doubt this place would have what we need, but let's go ahead and buy HP items while we're at it. So I don't think this map has what we need. Okay, there's a convenience store.
Whatever you need. Is that all for today?
So more or less of the same thing.
That's a popular choice. Thank you very much. Is that all for today? Carry your items. I'll see you again.
Okay, so let's try. No, we're actually already on that map, right? We can try this area. Blowfish restaurant.
Will that be
More HP stuff.
Do be careful.
Another one. So Osaka is clearly known for its restaurant cuisine. Obviously, vending machines are not gonna have tofu, right? Which is what we need right now. Okay, Okonomiyaki shop.
Hi, welcome. That's a popular choice.
So again, we've stumbled upon another
Oh,
recipe.
is that all for today? Carry your items. I'll see you again.
Skewer shop.
What would you like? Come again.
So clearly lots of food places here. We haven't seen any one of those, you know, supermarkets that we've seen in other cities. Another skewer shop.
Welcome. Is that all?
I do know that beef, this was one of the, you know, the foods that was required for Haru's request.
Is that all?
But I believe we already had that. Takoyaki shop. Okay, we're gonna skip this. I mean, I think we have more than enough. I don't think there's any more down here. Or up here. Okay, there actually are. But it's on the other side. So a little bit of walking here and there. What's this shop? So this is a local supermarket. Hopefully this will give us what we need. Thankfully, one of the ingredients is here as well, right?
We recommend that.
We already have plenty of these, so it's not really a requirement for us, but
Thank you very much.
let's go ahead and purchase. And here's a souvenir shop. I'm not seeing any tofu here so far. Ice cream shop. Clearly this is not gonna
Back again.
have it. Takoyaki shop.
Come in.
None of this. So we're not having much luck with this specific ingredient, right? Let's double check just to kind of see what we need again.
You're already working on this one.
Yeah, so we need, again, you know, we need tofu, supposedly. Which makes you wonder, right? What if Sophia has the ingredient? A lot of times she gets these at her, you know, particular shop as well.
Let's get to work.
All right, so let's try Sophia.
This should be helpful.
So clearly she already sells both the beef and the eggplant. Although she does not have the tofu. So unfortunately, we're sort of out of luck.
What should we make?
Oh, are you cooking?
Unless it's something that we can make. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's a no. As you can see, tofu is actually an ingredient. It's not something you can cook up. So, I mean, that has to mean that it's in one of the shops. Like, we have clearly missed picking it up somewhere. So again, out of paranoia, we're gonna try this one more time in an orderly fashion. So here's a convenience store. I'm not sure we already tried this. Yeah, there's no tofus here.
You.
Or tofu, which is plural as well. Okay, so coffee shop, we already tried that. That's a no. Head south here. Crab restaurant, that's obviously no. We tried this one too.
Come again.
Shall we?
Come in. You'd like this? I guarantee you'll like it. Thanks a bunch.
Pharmacy.
How may I help you?
Take again. Oh, that's good. Here you are. Thanks. Is that all? Here you are. Please come back soon.
So in all this madness, right, to fulfill these requests, at least we've managed to pick up a bunch of new items that are key for battle. I'm not sure if I tried this one. I sure did. So that completes at least this map, right? And we have to keep going on. This is the same one. So let's try this one more time. Because honestly, if we cannot find this ingredient, I have no idea where it's available.
It's good to see leaving. Mm-hmm.
What's up, dude? Come again.
Take a look around. Thank you. Why, hello there. Come again.
Come take a look. Thanks a bunch.
Take again. Come again.
We've got it all. Is this it? Thanks. Is this it? You've got to come again. You hear?
Unless there's another map that opens up, you know, if we progress to the next section of the game.
Is this it? Thanks. Thanks a bunch.
I mean, honestly, the local supermarket, right, in theory, should have a lot of what this stuff is, but apparently that is not the case.
Hey there. That's super. That's what you're getting. Thanks for your pudding.
Come in. You'd like this? I guarantee. Is this all? I guarantee. Thanks a bunch.
Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna have any luck with what we've seen so far. So it might be something we, you know, come back to potentially. And who knows, maybe this is something that, you know, just might unlock as part of Sophia's shop. Since we do have at least 2 Sophia requests, you know, that are lined up. So let's go ahead and kind of put this request on hold. And we can work on the others in the meantime. So for example, these 2,
Time to get to work. You're doing this one?
right? Assuming they're actually both in Kyoto jail.
Working on this one.
And they do look to be slightly different than what we've seen before. This one is probably not too bad. Defeat Kopa Tengu with Wolf. We've seen plenty of those guys. I say plenty, but at least some of those guys in Kyoto. And this one is interesting. We need to defeat 5 Neko Shogun with a Phantom Dash. So let's go ahead and work on that one.
Let's get to work. Welcome. What are you selling? How many? What are you selling? How many? Are you sure? Are you sure? Things are discounted right now. How many would you like? You want face a bunch. How many would you like? You face a bunch. You want face a bunch. How many would you like? You want face a bunch. You face a bunch.
Oh, really? We've reached that point already. Okay. So apparently we do not have any more money.
This is the request.
So we're going back to Kyoto
Okay.
for both of these requests for Sophia. And I guess strategically speaking, right, for one of these where we need to defeat 5 of those guys with a Phantom Dash, I guess one thing I would probably do in that situation is just ensure that we have, I guess, Joker as the active member. I'm sorry, Futaba cannot be removed. Yes, I'm fully aware. Yeah, so Joker is gonna have to solo this one. And the reason why we do that is because we don't want to risk having other people defeat the Neko Shogun, right? I guess we'll head here. There is one location, if you recall, which did have a lot of the, you know, poles that you can move off of. Although I don't recall. Ooh, very close. I don't recall whether that one was a spot where Neko Shogun did spawn, but of course there's only one way to find out. So let's see if we can head there. This is going to be a few more shadows, which we got to be careful. I want to say the next portal that we want to get to is over here. Let's see if we can get past this guy. Yeah, I don't think that's the spot. Let's backtrack a little bit. Gotta stay away from these guys. Hopefully... Nope. Not happening. See if we can escape. There you go. That was close. Very close.
It's a shadow. Stay alert.
So what's interesting is that those shadows disappear once you escape from battle. I want to say if it wasn't this way,
Do anything careless.
we can try the portal here. And apparently that is not yet
We'll have
it
to come back
either.
on high alert.
Treasure chest is locked. Yeah, I do recall that it was on the eastern side of this map. Although this portal takes us all the way here. But realistically, that's not where we want to be at. Okay, I think this was the spot. So,
Careful. There's a shadow lurking around.
we're gonna try our luck here. Okay, perfect. Yes, this is it. So, all we have to do is Phantom Dash. And apparently that's all I'm going to focus on doing for this fight because we don't want to risk defeating them any other way. And I believe that was at least 5 Neko Shogun. So let's see if we... Yeah, so we're done with that request. Simple as that. Sounded like it was going to be a little tougher than that, but it helps if you kind of remember where things are a lot of times. Okay, so next one is still in Kyoto, right? This one requires us to defeat Kopatengu with Wolf. And the place is the fox couple statue. So at least they're nice enough to tell us where these are located. And what we want to do is finally get our people back in our party. And we will want to have Zenkichi as our main, because we do need to defeat them with Zenkichi, right?
This is the request. You're already working on this one.
With Wolf, yeah. So we do need to get to maybe a checkpoint. Let's see if we can backtrack a little bit and get where we want to go. So we're back here. I believe this is where we want to be, right? The fox couple
Nearby shadow
statue.
detected.
And there are a good bit of shadows here, so... see if I could kind of...
Looks like there aren't any shadows here.
I think I found something.
That was close. Well, worse than close, right? And everyone is basically asleep. I mean, his health is dropping super fast. And he's down for the count. This is crazy. I mean, this was our chance to get some of these Tengu guys, but I'm not gonna risk having Zenkichi faint yet again.
Let's go. Mitra, Spirit, Mitra, you're mine. Yours.
Alright, so let's try this again. And I'm just trying to see if I happen to meet any of these requirements. No, because obviously Wolf was dead as soon as the battle started. So I was hoping to go further east. Maybe south here.
Picking up a lot of activity. Looks like the enemies noticed us.
I see a shadow. Keep your guard.
Let's try this bot.
Brilliant. First move is ours.
Yes, so these are just Tengu, right? These are literally all just Tengu. So let's try to defeat these guys as Wolf. I hope that worked.
This is the request. You're already working on this.
Yeah, so we got at least 6 of them. And, you know, usually the way I like to deal with these types of requests
Let's keep this up.
is just kind of reload from a nearby checkpoint. That's the fastest way to do this. And this gets us back to the fox couple statue, right?
Checkpoint nearby.
Yeah, so basically, to get these enemies to respawn in the same exact spot, right? You do have to return from jail and get back in.
Let's get to work.
What's on the menu?
I can help. Welcome. There's a sale happening. Now's your chance to shop.
Very well. Let us depart.
And again, you know, the good thing about both of these requests for Sophia is that they're located in Kyoto. So again, we're gonna try to do the same thing. Head back to the fox couple statue and head east if we can get away from these guys. Perfect.
What is that?
And then what? It was south. And then we come around here and there we go. We do need to be,
Switch out. Got it.
or we do need to have Wolf is active. And let's see what happens. Let's try to do an all-out attack. Hopefully that ends it. And there you go. We're done. Perfect.
It's in your hands. I'll do it. I'd say we performed quite admirably.
We should apply the same effort in the next battle.
So now we'll head back to that checkpoint, return from jail, and we will have completed the request. Now I really don't want to have to fight these guys, but looks like I will have to. It's that troublesome fight that we got into earlier. But this time, we're gonna try to get through it a little faster.
You're mine. Persona. Spirit. Lamia. Archangel. Ravage them. Let's go. We're sitting there right. Stay on the offensive. It's over. Fire. Fire.
We just had Obanzai first. Let's be careful. And shall we head back? This is the request.
Alright, so we're gonna mark both of these as completed. New weapons are now available at Sophia's online shop, which is great.
Already working on this.
And with this one, it's new protectors or
Mission accomplished.
armor. And although we do have both of these kind of on standby, it's just something we're
Working on
gonna have to come back to because again, we don't have that tofu ingredient yet. So the next one we can work on down the list is this one, Shocking the Scum. Defeat Black Ooze by striking weakness. This one looks to be in Okinawa jail,
Let's do our best.
so we'll go ahead and accept that.
You're already working on this one.
And as you can see, just from the name itself, right, you don't have to wonder what its weakness is. Like if it, like Shocking the Scum, that tells you that you probably should have Ryuji, you know, on active duty. And of course we have Joker a lot of times who has Zeo skills as well. So let's go back to
Let's get to work.
Okinawa jail. And knock out this request. Hopefully these black ooze are not like too far from the entrance, because I do remember there was a good bit of them as soon as we entered that dungeon. So let's see. Checkpoint wise, yeah. I feel like near the entrance, and that's where we're at, so might as well just
All right.
have it explore the jail.
Let's go.
Everyone,
And this is me just trying to see if I indeed do have any
Silky.
Zeo skills
Neko Shogun.
in any one of Joker's persona.
Unicorn.
I guess, unfortunately, I don't.
Spirit. Lamia. Archangel.
But I don't think it really matters, considering the fact that I do have Ryuji on deck. So we're just going to quickly try to run into a shadow and hope that it's one of those black ooze. I mean, certainly not one of those exciting jails, but we don't really have a choice here.
They don't know we're here.
And we're going to go in for an ambush. Let's see if this is the one we need. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So, seems I was right, thankfully. And they are right near the entrance. If I can position Ryuji here for a decent AoE.
only a few enemies left.
These aren't really ooze, so we can just take them out as is. And I believe that's it. Let's see. Hopefully that accounted for a good bit right there.
You're already working on this one.
6, yeah. So,
Good stuff, guys. Keep it coming.
and if the next room does not have any of those, I'm probably not going to waste too much time and just go back and kind of reload the checkpoint.
Nearby shadow detected. This is
Because again, the point of these requests is you don't want to spend too much time trying to hunt down these shadows. Oh, and again, we got lucky, so. Same thing here, nothing changed. You know, same tactics. This one's not a black ooze. So hopefully that got us, what, maybe at least 12?
This is the request. You're already working.
Yeah, we have 12 out of 20. And like I said earlier, we're not going to try to, you know,
Okay, let's keep this up.
hunt for any more. It is a bit of an annoyance here. But we're going to have to slightly backtrack, reload, and then do our thing. Which is, I suppose, one of the reasons why a lot of people would be kind of reluctant in doing a lot of these requests. But, you know, if you're someone who is trying to go for, you know, platinum trophies at the end of the day, then it is something you should probably consider. And for a lot of these requests, sometimes it's very easy. On the other hand, and this is certainly not one of them, but a lot of these requests, you know, have you hunt down all these items that you may or may not have.
Let's get to work.
And, yeah.
Yes, let's go.
But thankfully, these maps are not anywhere as big as a lot of our, you know, other RPGs may have you getting into.
All right.
And given that on average, you know, these, what do they call them? Black ooze?
Well then, shall we
You know,
get back to
it's 6 per fight, so at least 2 more fights for us in order for us to get to 20.
yours?
Just switch to Ryuji here as the main.
Okay, I think we're good to go. See this? What? This ought to be good. You won't escape. Have a seat. Hunt down any stragglers.
Alright, so hoping we're at 18 now.
Here's what I found. You're already working on this.
Yes.
Okay, let's keep this up.
This might be of interest.
We can ambush them. Don't miss. Come on! Wide open.
Alright, so I mean, is that it? Let's see.
This is the request.
Yep, we're good. We have 20 out of 20.
Let's keep up the pace, shall we?
Now we don't have to worry about this jail for the time being, at least. Although knowing my luck, I may just have to come back for another request.
Yep. Looks like we're safe for now. Let's call it a day.
Here's what I found. You're already working on this one. Good job.
Demon Pipe. So it looks like we got something for Ryuji. which is very good, right? 100. We're going. I mean, an upgrade from 42 to 154 attack power, and on top of that, you get a strength +2, which adds to the attack, right? So definitely worthwhile.
This is the request.
And what's next? Elegant experiment. What does this have us do? So we need to defeat 8 enemies in a single showtime. So this might get a little tricky. But I think this is another one where we may just have to use Joker and no one else, right? Because we don't want to risk, you know, other party members defeating the enemy before we can even trigger a showtime. And thinking back, right? Strategically, I would assume if you go back to like one of the earlier jails, you could maybe do Shibuya or Sendai. I want to say.
Okay, we can do this.
And the reason why we're doing that all the way as far back as Sendai is because we need to encounter maybe some enemies that are easily defeatable using the showtime gauge. And again, you know, like I said earlier, we need to ensure that Joker is the only one out there. And let's see. We need to get to, I believe there was, you know, a shadow on this map. Started with a V, like the viscid rotting meat, you know. The basically the slime guys, right? That spawn a bunch of other slime. And, you know, because those guys were pretty much infinite in number. So you need a bunch of enemies that you can defeat at once, as well as, you know, be able to use showtime gauge on them. Ooh, we gotta be careful here because of that, right? Want to try to just escape. Let's see. Kind of lame, but ooh, and I might have to do that again. Be very careful. Okay, be very careful here. So basically, I mean, I could have sworn that it was somewhere here. Now, gotta be careful. Let's heal Joker a little bit here. And one thing we do need to do. Very bad right there. Yeah, these guys, exactly. And the way I would go about doing this request, let's see. Yeah, this right here. I think this is key for this request. If you use this, it increases your showtime gauge. And that's what we need on Joker. I'm not sure how much that did right there. Just a little bit. So let's see if we can kind of max that out. I don't want to waste this stuff, but one thing I want to make sure we do is for this guy to spawn more and more slime. Ooh. Look at that. So hopefully that's enough right there. Hoping that's enough. And we need to use... And now, of course, it's difficult to find, right? This showtime gauge stuff. Okay, there we go. So let's just continue using this stuff on Joker. I'm not sure if I'm just unnecessarily spamming it. But in essence, we need that thing to just, okay, greatly increases. Maybe this is what we need. 2 of these. Okay. If I can't use it anymore, that means we're good. So at this point, right, in theory, our showtime gauge is already at 100%. We have more than enough enemies in sight. Let's just fire this thing up. So if I just jump, do this, oops, there we go. Hopefully, this should eliminate a good bit of enemies. So obviously it wasn't enough to defeat the boss, but I think we met the requirement just now. So let's just finish up this fight using fire skills just so we can kind of get out of here. And I hope that that did it, hopefully. Exceeded max number of persona. Okay. So let's see.
This is the request.
Perfect.
You're already working on this one.
So as simple as that. And honestly, while we are in Sendai, I don't think we have any more Sendai jail requests anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and go back. As much as I love backtracking. See if I kind of use shortcuts here and run away. There we go. Now we need to get to this checkpoint and do our thing.
Perhaps we should return home.
So that's 3 requests down out of however many that were recently, you know, unlocked with Osaka.
This is the request. You're already working on this one.
Okay, so new cooking ingredients are now available at Sophia's online shop. That's perfect. So let's see if we can actually buy some tofu from Sophia. Because that is, like we saw earlier, that's the one ingredient we need
Welcome.
to satisfy this other request. Perfect. Amazing.
How many would you like?
So this is just what we needed. Very good.
You want pizza?
And while we're at it, we're also going to snag
Pizza bench. How many would you like?
some of these other ones.
How many would you like? You want pizza bench. You want pizza bench. How many would you like? You pizza bench. You want pizza bench.
And as you can see here,
You want pizza bench.
if you haven't already noticed, this is the reason why I'm basically all out of money in this game.
How many would you like? You want pizza bench. You pizza bench. How many would you like? You pizza bench. You pizza bench. How many would you like? You pizza bench. How many?
But then again,
How many? Are you sure?
we sell almost every
Are you sure?
time we buy, so
Are you sure? Are you sure?
you know, situation is not that critical. But now that we have the ingredients for, what was that request? Was it Haru's?
Down. You're already working on this one.
We're gonna mark this as complete.
Thank you.
And there you go.
I'm so glad. Let's go. Good job.
And there you go. We have the recipe for making Obanzai. So let's see if we can kind of go back to this request, right? For Zenkichi. We've already talked to Haru. We've gotten the ingredients for her. We've satisfied that request. Now we need to head to Futaba for the next piece. And before I actually do that, I'm gonna look at my bond skills. I was hoping this one would become unlocked, but seems we're gonna have to give it some time. Increases chance to encounter treasure demons. We've barely seen these guys, right? Except that first one we saw. way early in the game. So let's go ahead and increase this. And now it looks to be at its max. Increases money obtained at the end of battle. What better way to do it, right? Now's a better time than ever to get that upgrade. So we need to find Futaba, who does not look like she's on this map. I believe she was, yeah, north here, so. There we go.
What? No. Mm-hmm. Hey, hey. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Cooking time.
Seriously? Okay, so she's gonna make us cook just to finish this request, where Zenkichi himself is trying to learn how to cook. So obviously it's a very odd request, but at the same time, we're dealing with Futaba, right? Like, what else do you expect? Okay, foraging the ultimate menu. We need to deliver 2 things, looks like Kyoto curry and miso ramen. We already have miso ramen. And looking at the descriptions, right, these are things that you would probably cook at the camper. So we're gonna have to kind of return to the van and see if we can make that what is it again? I'm sorry, I missed the request information.
You're accepting this request?
Right, we need to make Kyoto curry.
Let's get to work.
I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to make that considering the amount of ingredients I've recently bought. And it's right here. Thankfully, we have all of the ingredients, more than enough. There you go. Okay. And that one was as simple as that, right? Thankfully, we had what we needed.
Here's what I found.
And so we can hopefully mark that request as complete. Oh, no we can't. I guess we still have to talk to... No, we don't need to talk to Futaba. I just didn't accept the request.
You're already working on this one.
As crazy as I am.
Hey, hey. What? Ooh. See ya. Good job.
And there you go. So we're obviously crushing it this episode with the number of bond skills that we obtain across time.
The request.
Oh, and it looks like we can also mark this one as complete too.
Is it cooking?
So it's just pretty crazy.
Hold on now. Yeah, yeah.
oh, okay, there you go. What are friends for? Trophy earned. So clearly that means we've completed all the requests on the friend side, which is really great. What's the next one we have? Let's see. Well, this one we can kind of hold this one out. I don't think it's one of these requests that are missable per se. Hopefully this one's not too bad. We need to fuse a unicorn with the Zionga skill and basically present it to Lavenza.
Let's do our best.
And before we go back to the Velvet Room, let's see if we can increase some additional bond skill requirements. Junk parts become easier to obtain. I don't think that's really a priority for us right now. Increases chance to obtain items at the end of battle. That's always great. Increases money. I could work on that as well. Increases damage when performing a phantom dash. Yeah, before I get confused, let's just first stick with this one. Get more money. And we only have 1 point available, so we'll get back to it. And now, if I can get back to the Velvet Room,
Let's get to work.
we can go about seeing whether we have what we need to fuse together a
Welcome
unicorn.
To the Velvet Room. Awaken your new self. You wish to strengthen it.
And what's interesting is that we already have a unicorn, but obviously, you know, it does not have any of the skills that we want. Preferably Zionga. So this one's not going to cut it. And seeing that a unicorn is basically fused by putting together a Shisa and Black Ooze, which we don't have either of these. Let's go ahead and eliminate 2 persona, right? And usually the way I would go about doing this is I would say I would delete the, I guess, least leveled ones. That's the most inexpensive thing we could do for that. And of course, each time you do something like this, Lavenza gives you back persona points in return. So it's not like, you know, a huge sacrifice that gives you back nothing. And what we're going to do next, we do need to summon, first of all, a Shisa, which is at level 35. And that's perfect, right? Because being at level 35, Shisa already knows Zionga. So we're not going to have to worry about, oh, right, and we don't have enough money. Well, that's just great, right?
May luck be on your side.
Yeah, I don't think luck is going to cut it, right? Let's see if I could offset the gap in money here. Not by buying. Yeah, so maybe this is something we'll have to do in the next episode, or the next time I actually have enough money to be able to do this request.
This is the request.
Let's see if we could do at least another request before the end of this episode. Trapped in Ruins.
Accepting this request?
Looks to be the next one up. And it's another one of Mona's where we need to find a forgotten desire And this one looks to be in Okinawa jail. So hopefully it's not that difficult for us to find.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the request again to kind of understand where we need to go.
You're already working on this one.
It's on top of a shipping container. I think we can reach it if we use the cargo hooks. So I do recall there was a room with a bunch of those hooks, and there was a container right in the center of the room. And if I can remember where it actually was, as you can see here, right, where that checkpoint's located, if you look slightly east, which is basically at the center of the map, I believe that room, and I could be wrong, but that room is where those containers were. So to test that theory, there's no better way to check than to just get into this. Yeah, so look at all, I mean, the containers are right there, and that desire should be the, you know, that box that's floating right up there. And unfortunately, I've came in here using Joker alone, which you do not want to do. Just in case.
Hang on a sec. Stop.
Right, and it's another one of those crazy shadows which we are looking to avoid. So let's see if we can get on one of these hooks. And we're actually going to jump on this hanging scaffolding. And what else can we do? Well, maybe get on this hook.
Relevance to my interests.
Maybe jump off here. And there you go. It's as easy as that. So we are done with this request, and there's no need to fight any shadows or even backtrack at all, really.
Okay, good work, people. Here's what I found. You're already working on this. Good job.
And we got the Divine Grace as a skill card. Nothing crazy, but better than nothing.
You're excited.
And this one also looks like something where we do need to backtrack to Sendai Jail yet again to finish. But outside of that, I mean, hopefully in the next episode we will get to do a few more requests, but for some of these other ones where we need some money, right, where we don't have enough yen at all right now. So for that, we'll have to kind of wait a little bit. And usually, and thankfully, these prison mail requests are ones where, you know, they're not really missable. At least I don't think they are. And so I think, you know, we're not going to miss the opportunity to just forego that, thankfully. But, you know, with this episode, unfortunately, we didn't get to move forward in the story. But then again, we did finish, what, like 8 of the requests, which is quite the accomplishment. I think that's a new record as far as the live stream goes. But again, that's just more to add to our, I guess, road to platinum, if I do decide to pursue the platinum trophy with the end of this playthrough. But as always, thanks for tuning in to the live stream today, and hopefully tomorrow we can get into finishing up the remainder of these requests and get to the next part in the story, maybe Konoe's jail. So see you next time.